Welcome to Moama on Murray Houseboats. My name's Damien and I'm going to show you a few features on board your boat, including your safety equipment. We're on your back deck and this is where we have your life ring. This life ring has a rope attached, so if someone's struggling in the river you can throw the life ring out to them and pull them back to the boat. If you do have someone struggling in the river, it's actually always a better idea to encourage them just to swim over to the side of the river. It can be quite difficult to swim back to the boat against the current. If they swim to the side, they're allowing the current to help them. Underneath the back seat here, you've got some spare toilet cassettes. Through this door here. I'll explain how your toilet works now. It's a little bit different from yours at home. It's very similar to what you get in a motorhome or a caravan. It's a cassette toilet. So how this works is that you need to add your own flush water in order to help the paper to break down. You have this little blue button here. If you press that, that puts water into the bowl and helps the paper to break down. And then you simply flush. When you flush, you can see how much room you've got left in your cassette. You don't ever want to overfill your cassette. It takes about 2 to 3 days to fill a cassette, so if you're going to be on the boat longer than that, you're expecting that you're going to need to change your cassette at some point. We have new cassettes all dosed up with chemical, ready to go on your back deck in the cupboard under the seat. To change your cassette, I'll show you how to do that now. On the side here of your wet room, you have a little door and there are instructions for what you need to do. It's really easy. All you need to do is lift this latch, slide the cassette out, put the new cassette in, and you're ready to go. Over on the side here you have a water indicator indicating how much flush water you have left. If you do run out, you can simply open this up and fill up some more flush water in there. I'll explain how your services work on the boat now. You have 180 litres of fresh drinking water in 2 tanks underneath your bed. I'll show you how to access that water now. You can see down on the side of your bed you have 2 switches, river water and fresh water. At the moment your whole boat has river water going to all the taps. If we want a drink of water, we turn the river water off, turn the fresh water on, and now your whole boat has fresh water going to all the taps. So if you've been on river water and you're going to fresh, let it flush through for 15 seconds, just to let that last bit of river water come out of the system. Then when you want to have a shower, just make sure that you turn the fresh water off and turn the river water on. Otherwise you can run out of your 180 litres very quickly if you use it for your shower. I'll show you your hot water switch now. Just up here above your cooktop, you'll find it. At the moment your switch is off. So to turn your hot water on, all we need to do is press it on to the 60. It takes around about 20 minutes to heat up the 14 litre boiler, and the 14 litres of hot water gives you around about a 3-minute shower. After you've had your shower, wait another 20 minutes, that 14 litres boils up again, and then you're right again for another 3-minute shower. At the end of the day, when you're finished with your hot water, just turn it into the off position, and then you won't hear it coming on through the night, because it can be an annoying sound. If a red light ever comes on here, that means that your hot water is not working. The pilot light has blown off. So if you see a red light there while you're turned on, just turn it off and turn it back on, and that should reset. These indicators here I'll explain now. If you press the monitor button, it shows you how much water you've got in your fresh water tanks and also what level your batteries are at. This is the switch that turns your pumps on and off. We always leave that on for you. You have an inverter on the side of your bed here that allows you to charge your phone or your laptop without needing the generator. To turn it on, you just press this button here and just make sure that when you're finished using it, you turn it off, otherwise it can drain your battery. If you need any extra storage for your luggage, you can lift up your bed because it's on gas struts and there's plenty of storage underneath the bed. To open your window, you simply press these buttons and twist and push out, and that will just stay there. Gently pull back in to close and twist these handles, that's locked in. So if you pull this down, that's your fly screen. Just pull that up, that's your block out blind. I'll show you how to lock the door now. There's a bit of a trick to it. You actually have to hold the handle to the side when you turn the stib. Now that's locked. And then to open it, it just opens normally. I'll take you through your Helm controls now, starting with your navigation light switches here. You don't drive at night anyway, so you don't need these switches. Underneath we have your fuel gauge, and that's always full on your arrival with 80 litres of petrol. You burn 5 litres per hour as you drive. In order to turn the engine on, you just need to have your hand control in neutral and turn the key. Your tachometer is here. This is your speedo, but it never ever gets above 5. Over here we have a stereo, and up in the corner you have your reversing camera that you can turn on and off with this blue button. I'll explain where your safety equipment is located now. Underneath the stove here in this cupboard you have 2 life jackets and a fire bucket. If you do need a life jacket for a smaller person, a child, we have plenty of life jackets of different sizes in the office, so you can head there and get a better sized life jacket. Up in this cupboard here, above the helm, you have your first aid kit, fire blanket and torch. And in this cupboard underneath the barbecue, you have your fire extinguisher. While we're in this cupboard, I'll explain how your gas supply works. You have 3 appliances on the boat that use gas. You have your barbecue, your cooking and your hot water. If those appliances, or more than one appliance, is having difficulty, it may well be that you've run out of gas in your bottle. I'll show you now how to change over to your other bottle. If you come down into the cupboard, and you can see that this valve at the back here, at the moment, is pointing to the right hand bottle. So all we need to do is open up the new bottle, turn over the valve to point to this bottle. Those appliances should now work. We have a Weber barbecue on the boat, and I'll show you how to start the flame failure device now. If you come in a little bit closer, I'll show you how these buttons work. All we need to do is press the top button to on, and we see that a green light comes on around the button, and now we just start it up. And to turn it off, all we need to do is press the button, and now the flame failure device turns off. Sometimes if it does not light correctly, the flame failure device will activate and a red light will come on around this switch here. If that happens, it tells you what to do. Just hold the button down for 5 seconds and that will reset the unit. Your air conditioning, your microwave and your 240 volt sockets on the boat all run from this generator here. And I'll show you how to start the generator now. The generator is a key start, but we need to pull the choke out first. Pull the choke out, turn the key on, and the generator starts. To turn the generator off, we simply turn the key off. The generator has around about 10 litres of fuel in it, and that lasts 8 hours. You have another jerry can here that's full, and you can fill that up with the nozzle that's underneath your barbecue, and that's another 8 hours of runtime. This handle above your barbecue operates your TV aerial. So if you're not getting good reception, just twist that aerial around and that will clear it up. You also have a couple of chairs up here that you're welcome to take up onto the bank and put on the sand. Turning over to the back of the book, we have an emergency plan, and this tells you what to do in the event of an emergency and who to call. This tells you where your safety equipment is located. On the next page we have some emergency procedures for certain scenarios, so it's a good idea just to look through these scenarios in the event that any of these things might occur while you're on the boat. Turning over, we have a CPR chart, which is a quick resource for you to be able to access in the event that you need it. Over in the front of the book, we have some basic information about the boat as a welcome to you, and some tips about how to drive the boat, some extra information about how to navigate on the river and some maritime rules and regulations, another set of emergency procedures and the emergency plan. And on these pages here, you've got information about how things work on the boat. So if something's not working, you can come to these pages and that should tell you how to fix the problem. But if not, you can always just give us a call. And now we'll have a look at your maps. Starting from Moama on Murray Marina here, under the Moama Bridge, we'll head upstream to begin with. The first obstacle you come to is a green buoy, and this tells you what to do when you get there. Avoid the inside of the bend. Green buoy must pass on the New South Wales side of the marker. New South Wales is this side, Victoria is this side. So we'll pass the marker on the New South Wales side. When we come back downstream, we pass it on the New South Wales side. We keep heading upstream and we come to a red buoy. Avoid the inside of the bend, pass on the Victorian side of the marker. So we just need to pass it on the Victorian side when we go upstream, and when we come downstream, pass on the Victorian side again. We have a no entry sign into Horseshoe Lagoon on the next bend. Please don't go into the lagoon because you can get stuck. Heading further upstream, we're coming towards the Goulburn River Junction. The Goulburn River Junction is the limit for our larger boats, but on the smaller boats, you can stay on the Murray and keep navigating upstream towards Barmer. But do not go into the Goulburn River because once again, it's narrow and you can get stuck. There are a lot of four-wheel drive tracks on the Victorian side, and as a general rule, it's a good idea to park on the Victorian side unless you know that there is good access from the New South Wales side. And the reason being is that in the event of an emergency or you need us, we can come out to you by four-wheel drive and get to you much more quickly than by river. It might be 15 minutes to get out to this area here, but an hour by boat. So it's a good protection for you. Heading past the Goulburn River Junction, we're coming towards Cape Horn Winery. If you want to access Cape Horn Winery, you park just around the corner from their structure. They do have a structure there, but you can't park at their structure. You need to travel just around the corner a little bit and park near their little gravel boat ramp, and then you can walk up to access the winery. And then this map here meets this map. We're heading further upstream in the bush. You can see that we've got forest on both sides of the river here, indicated by the shaded areas. And then we're heading up now towards Barmer. Barmer takes about 6 hours drive to get up to, and returning back downstream, it takes about four and a half hours. If you do want to go into Barmer to go to the pub, you can park just on this corner here near the main street and walk over to the pub there. We're back at Moama on Murray Marina and we're going to head downstream. The only place you need to be conscious of speed on the river in your little boat is between the Moama Wharf and the new bridge over here. Through this section, it's 4 knots, which for you, if you just keep in mind walking speed, then you're going to be fine. Be on the right-hand side of the river at all times. It's the opposite of the roads. When you come through under the bridge, stay right. And then we're going through the Port of Echuca through here. The first place we come to is Morrison's Winery. If that interests you and you'd like to access the winery, just be aware of the mud. It can be a muddy area. So if you keep that in mind, then that'll help you to find a good spot to park there. The next obstacle we have is the Campaspe Junction, So do not go into the Campaspe River because it is narrow, and once again you can get stuck in there. And then once you pass the Campaspe River, we go up onto this map here. We're heading further out of Echuca Moama, back out into the state forest. Turning over the page, we're continuing further down towards Turrumbary Weir. It's a long way to Turrumbary, it's around about 80 kilometres, and you're averaging around about 7 to 8 kilometres per hour in your boat. So 1 hour downstream takes an hour and a half to come back. You can make really good progress heading downstream, and then you turn around to come back and it just takes a lot longer. So keep that in mind. Heading onto this map here. And then onto this one. We're going to come to Deep Creek Marina. There's no entry into the marina here. There is a pub down here that you can access, but just call and find out if they're open on the particular day so you don't become disappointed if you go all that way and find out it's not open. And then we're going further down towards the weir. There's a couple of little lagoons that we have no entries to and a channel. And this is the weir here, so just make sure that you stop a couple of bends before the weir so that you're not navigating anywhere near where the weir operates. It's around about a 20-hour return drive to Turrumbary Weir and back. If you need to come back to the marina at any time during your stay, you're going to need our assistance in order to moor your boat. So please give us plenty of notice so that we can be there at the time that you want us. Keep in mind also that if you have any plans for your time on the boat, any bookings anywhere, if you have guests that are coming late, discuss your plans with our staff and they may be able to help make things easier for you. You have all the information you need now to begin your holiday. Head over to our office and let one of our staff know that you're ready for your driving lesson. We really hope you enjoy your stay with us.